Hi, welcome to this video day. It's the 12th of October. It's Saturday. Just going to be looking at a couple of pairs today, which not many traders look at, but they can very often, these pairs offer great opportunities for profit. They're nice and volatile. Let's look at pairs, but they'll probably be on your trading platform. We'll look at USD TRY, so US dollar against Turkish lira, and USD MXN, or USD Mexican peso. Now, everyone this week is talking about the big move up in the British pound, but what about the big move up in USD Turkish lira? It's made a similar move, yet not many traders are looking at it. It's got fantastic upside potential. USD MXN also looks a really good trade setup as well. Now, if you just use simple fundamental analysis to back up your technicals, which we recommend, obviously, in near enough all our videos, you'll get some fantastic opportunities in the lesser looked at pairs. And what we will do now is we'll go and take a look at the opportunities. But just before we do so, please do keep in mind, it is my view as of right now. It can, of course, change in line with the market conditions. If you want all our trading techniques, our daily technical sentiment analysis of 14 Forex pairs, you can click on the link beneath this video and get live access to our member center. Right, we're going to look at USD TRY first. All right, USD TRY daily chart, and in terms of my levels, I'll draw them in a moment. But in terms of this pair, it's really all to do with the fundamentals and sentiment, which point to a really big move up in the USD. So let's just take a look at the fundamentals. Now, the economy is slowing and inflation is high. That's a bad cocktail for any economy. Economic policy the Turks are trying is simply not going to work. They announced it a few weeks ago. I said at the time it was dreamland. It's just not going to work. Interest rates, which have really held the lira steady on a number of currencies because they're so high, are being reduced. They've gone down last few months from 24% to 16%. They're going to be cut even more. Now, they're doing that to stimulate economic growth, but obviously got high inflation. So it's going to stoke inflation. It's going to be very hard for the Turkish economy to avoid a crash, in my view, because also they've got high overseas debt. Businesses heavily in debt to overseas banks. Very vulnerable to capital outflows from Turkey just because of what's going on with the political situation or geopolitical situation in the background, which I'll come to in a moment. So people investing in Turkey might start to pull their capital away. Banks lending into Turkey are going to lend less, in our view, probably not roll over existing loans and not grant so many new loans because the debt levels are so high and you've got a rising USD. That's making loans more expensive. Foreign banks who've lent into Turkey will be pretty worried, particularly Eurozone banks, because if the USD really goes motoring to the upside, there's going to be defaults. Okay. Now, the central bank actually lacks foreign exchange reserves to basically stabilize the lira if it starts to sell off hard. They've basically not got much money in reserve. Now, the real problem is President Erdogan. Obviously, I put this pair in the guess pairs section just over a week ago because you could see President Erdogan was going to trigger USD strength on the lira. He's a wild card. He's known for meddling in the economy with economic policy. He's also kind of intervened and pressured the central bank. He shouldn't be doing this. He's pretty autocratic as well. And he wanted just over a week ago to go in to Syria. Okay, now that incursion, we thought at the time, he's definitely going to do it. He did, and the USD went up, and it's a real problem. Okay, got a very complicated situation now with Trump, the Kurds, and Turkey. For those of you who haven't been reading the media, obviously the Kurds were instrumental in defeating ISIS. They had US backing, and now Trump has said, basically, withdrawing US troops and has given the green light to Turkey to go in to Syria. Now, it's very complicated historically between Turkey and the Kurds. I won't go through the history, but obviously they don't get on. There's animosity. It's very historical. And Trump is kind of caught now because, politically, he's got a lot of flack from his own party as well as the opposition party in terms of leaving the Kurds on their own, so to speak, after they helped the US defeat ISIS. Now, in terms of Trump, obviously defended the position and why he did what he did. But it's his reaction from here on in now, okay, to the Syria incursion. If Turkey goes off limits, so if Turkey goes too far in terms of what they do in Syria, now what is off limits? We don't know what Trump is thinking off limits is. Obviously, pretty fierce fighting. Got obviously casualties, etc., all over the media. Trump might decide to basically, he's said he can obliterate the economy in Turkey, which he can actually, if he wants to. I'm not saying he's going to, but I think he will do something to say, look, this is a little bit too much, so to speak, and put sanctions in or whatever. There is bipartisan support for sanctions. Okay, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but obviously the situation is not good. Even without the geopolitical problems, I just don't see much strength for the lira anyway. Got risk on at the moment. I think we're going to get risk off. That's going to hurt the lira. So it's got everything against it at the moment. And if you're trading, people talk about the best currencies to trade. I always like trading ones that have got really clear-cut fundamentals, bullish or bearish. This one, Turkish lira, bearish. Anyway, right, let's go to the chart. Oh, just before we do, we'll just go to the top left where I've written some notes. Weekly target is 7, which we reached that level last year when Turkey had a currency crisis. We could get another one and could easily get up to that level. Now, in terms of percentage change to targets, I've got 2 targets. I've drawn my first target in already. So I think 620 is on the cards. Okay. That'd be 5.7% from where we are now. The second target, if we reached it, 19.3%. It's a volatile pair. And we can see really big volatility due to what's going on in the background. Now, in terms of we put this in the guest pairs section, it was only over a week ago. Our trade is up just under 4%. In a few days, effectively. Now, if you take Euro USD, that's only moved 4% top to bottom in the last 8 months. So it's always a great idea. I know I stress this point to focus on volatile pairs. There's nothing to be frightened of if you're using good stop protection. You're going to get a result pretty quickly. You're either going to get stopped out or you're going to get a nice profit. We bought that rally there. We also got that one as well, which was a nice one. Then we lost on that one there. But overall, trading this pair done really well. It's one of my favourites as we come in for the new week. So how would you play it if you wanted to be long of the USD? You got kind of 3 bodies there. So you're looking, I think, for a blue opening. Where's support? There's my trajectory. And you've got 1 body, 2 body, 3 bodies, 4 bodies, 1 body just a little bit above that. It's got 5 bodies of support, or 4 bodies of support, should I say. We come up at the open, see if she runs up to 620. I mean, I've got my stop bank behind 580. I'll just tuck it in behind that double trend line support. What about if we come back? We'll cover that in the guest pair section. If we do come back, we've obviously put our stop up to lock a little bit of profit. If we did come back, I would be looking to buy the USD again. Heavily focused on this currency going forward. Just so bearish of the lira, bullish of the USD, and we could see really big volatility. And last year when we got up to 7, didn't take very long, did it? Just took a few days. Could happen again. Doesn't look good for the lira at this moment in time. Now, another fast-moving pair we're going to look at is USD MXM, which I think has got a really attractive kind of risk to reward to it. Let's go and take a look at it right now. Right, USD MXN daily chart. We will do the technicals in a moment. First of all, let's do the fundamentals and sentiment. We're pretty bearish of the peso. Now, the reasons why. The economy is slowing. Global economy is slowing up generally. Mexico very exposed to global trade, so it'll impact on Mexico. Commodity prices are going to fall. So the economy is slowing. Interest rates are already being cut in response to this by the central bank, the Banxico Bank. They recently cut rates to 7.75%, and more rate cuts are coming. That is actually the best interest rate you'll get on a major currency, and that's why a lot of traders would want to be in the Mexican peso, pick up the carry. But that carry is now being eroded, and it's going to get eroded even further. So that's bearish for the peso. Quote here from Banxico Bank: although economic activity in the previous quarters and in July remains stagnant, expect to recover slightly over the rest of the year. Slightly over the rest of the year. Since they made that quote, no, there hasn't been really any recovery. There will not be a big recovery. The bank are too optimistic. We do have risk on at present, and optimism about US-China trade talks. They've kind of declared a truce, for want of a better phrase. See it in the media over the weekend. But yeah, the optimism about US and China actually doing a deal, it's misplaced. They're a long way apart, but that did create a bit of risk on, particularly at the end of last week, and you saw the USD fall in response to that. Now, we also view on the other side of the pair, the USD is oversold. An interest rate cut is discounted for this month by the Fed almost by 100%. That actually caused the dollar to fall a bit there. You had the rally, then you had the fall on optimism about US-China trade. So yeah, dollar's had a bit of a correction. We've generally been trading this with a long buy. It's got a nice trade up there, stopped out. Another one there, nice trade, stopped out. Tried again, long there, stopped out for a loss. So a couple of winners, one loser, and I think the dollar, basically just looks very attractive in terms of the level that it is at, providing we have some strength. Now, in terms of up here, I've written the target, not showing the weekly chart, but target for us is 22 after daily chart highs. If we get up there, that's a change of 13.98%. Yeah, that's a really good percentage, obviously, if we get there. Like all emerging currencies, nice and volatile. You only need a small trade. Now, where do I see support? Well, I see it right here. Let's draw a line from across there. Sorry, I need to get my line straight. There we go. And just basically, here we broke up quite strongly, but that proved a false breakout, and we came back down, okay? Poked at the level, couldn't get through. Poked at the level, couldn't get through. Then we're off on that big blue. Oh, we come back to test once, rally, come back to test twice, and I now think we're going to come off the level. Okay, so we're going to rally. I think, the good news in for the peso, bad news for the USD. So where would you buy? My own view is here. It could come a bit sooner if you want it, but I think that... Sorry, let me just get my line. So basically through there, coming along. And in terms of stop, what about stop? I wouldn't have it just behind this first level here. I would do it like this. Draw another trend line in. Sorry, I get it straight. Okay, so basically it's at the base or behind the base of this big blue that pushed off, okay? That blue couldn't get through, then the big blue push off. Also an outer Bollinger Band, and we like using the outer Bollinger Bands a lot as an extra layer of support or resistance. So our stop will be back behind the second level here and the outer Bollinger Band through here, and we can see if we run to the upside. And in terms of just the first target, which is here, it's a nice risk to reward in my view. Obviously, if it comes off, but you've got near enough 5-1 to first target, and you've got a lot more to the second target. And of course, if we just plunge to the downside, we'll obviously miss the trade. We can reevaluate and see, if we're going to buy at a lower level. But that's the the way I see it right now. Now, in terms of this pair, it looks really attractive. I think USD Try does as well from risk reward point of view. This pair, if enough people like it, I'll put it in the guest pairs section next week with USD Try. Both look good to me. Yeah, volatile, fast-moving pairs, what you want. You'll get your profit hopefully pretty quickly, but also your loss as well. So your money is working hard. Yeah, so yeah, really good trade setups in my view. We'll update them in a future video, but yeah, that will be, well, that is, sorry, the video for today. Thank you very much for watching me as usual. Take care. Have a good day.